reason dealers are getting out of silver. To understand why dealers are getting out of silver, we have to see that these dealers, they didn't even get into this business to sell silver. They got into this business decades ago when at the time, oh, if you're interested in this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Check this out. They got into this business to sell rare coins. And at the time, back in the late 80s, early 90s, they could go to a local coin show. They could grade their own coins. They could bring that back to their shop and sell it with a huge profit. That was the game, and they made a killing. It was wonderful for them. Great profits, great margins. Now, enter the pandemic. Online dealers, as you've seen, they put millions of dollars into their business. And when we come out of the pandemic, the entire rare coin market, I'm talking about 19th century silver, 18th century silver, all of that, you can't buy that on the local market now. Your local dealer, they cannot afford to hold that inventory. It's too expensive. It's all online. It's all through either buying it online or online auctions. It's not on the local level. So now, your local dealer, this is what they're dealing with. They're slinging bullion, slinging silver. And they didn't get into this business to do that. So what you have to realize is the margins for silver, just look at the premiums. I mean, at best, they could charge you $2 over spot. That's such a small premium for 1 ounce of silver. And that's what they've been getting by on. And look at the past 2 months. Look at what's happened to your local dealer. Stackers like you and I have been cashing out, just hand over fist, cashing out not just silver, but gold. And 1 ounce of gold is difficult for your dealer on the local level to give out cash for 1 ounce of gold. We're looking at up to $3,000. So just on a regular day, if somebody brings in 2 ounces of gold to cash out, your dealer's already wiped out. You add to that the dumping of silver that we've experienced these past 2 months. Stackers are not buying. It's been 2 straight months of this. They're not buying. They're cashing out silver. So your dealer was already struggling. Coming out of the pandemic, they're struggling on the local level. They're barely getting by. And at this point, these guys, they're older. These are older gentlemen. They've got 1 foot out the door. They made, their heyday was in the late 80s, early 90s. And now they're just getting by on some margins of silver. So, of course, it's not a shock that many of them are closing up. They're done. They're boarding up. They're closing up the shop. They're not a bank. They can't just keep giving out cash for all this gold coming in that's so expensive, record high expensive. And add to that, stackers like you and I, either sitting on the sidelines or cashing out. This time that we're in for precious metals is really new. And this is exactly why I like to diversify my investments. I want to thank Mustang Energy for sponsoring today's video. Their ticker's on the screen. It's MECPF. Check this out. Trump's declaration of a national energy emergency on Inauguration Day, it was designed to expedite approvals for energy infrastructure, expedite approvals for everything, including nuclear power. Nuclear. The executive order requires immediate review of all energy resources to identify those agency actions that impose an undue burden on domestic energy resources, with particular attention to oil, look at this, natural gas, coal, hydropower, biofuels, critical mineral, and nuclear energy. Yes, nuclear. President Trump's pick to head the U.S. Energy Department, Chris Wright, he said he sees nuclear power as part of the domestic energy strategy. Right to the north of our border, in Saskatchewan, Canada, resides one of the world's most promising uranium jurisdictions, the Athabasca Basin. You've heard me talk a lot about this area. This is where all the mining takes place. Check this out. Canada is on track to become the world's largest uranium supplier. The world's. With uranium output expected to rise, listen to this, by 1/3. Experts project that Canada's national uranium production could double just by 2035, ensuring a steady fuel supply for domestic and international nuclear programs. The sponsor of today's video, Mustang Energy, is focused on just that. They're focused on Canada's Athabasca Basin. Nuclear energy is experiencing a notable resurgence. AI, data centers, electric vehicles, they're driving up electricity demand tech giants are increasingly turning to nuclear power. Look, we have companies like Amazon, Alphabet, and Oracle. They've invested in small modular reactor, that's SMR technology. Additionally, Meta announced plans for a $10 billion AI data center in Louisiana powered by nuclear energy. Canada's on track to become the world's largest uranium producer, the largest. And what's interesting about this entire situation is that uranium's spot price is down 36% since its peak. It's down 36%, meaning that this is a potentially great time to conduct due diligence on Mustang Energy. Nuclear is the only reliable carbon-free energy source that can meet this demand. AI data centers are projected to consume 8 times more energy in 2030. 8 times! Now, let's focus on Mustang Energy, which owns numerous projects in the Athabasca Basin and is planning on drilling in the months ahead. The significance of Mustang Energy's potential lies in the location of their projects, that Athabasca Basin. Their projects are in close proximity to major uranium discoveries. The uranium market is facing a severe supply shortage. That is exactly what I like to hear, and that's why I'm so excited about this company. The market is facing a severe supply shortage with demand vastly outpacing production. Look at this. Many uranium mines were shut down in the past decade, and new mines take years to develop. Years. The U.S. relies heavily on foreign uranium, which is geopolitically risky, and that increases the need for domestic and allied sources like Canada. The Athabasca Basin is home to one of the world's largest and highest grade uranium mines. Mustang Energy owns multiple projects strategically located near these uranium giants. This is exactly when I like to get in on a company. When all the moving pieces are put in place, check out Mustang Energy. Their ticker's on your screen. It's MECPF. Check them out, and I'll see you on the next one.